Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with the huge announcement here of the new Orchis tech team coming up for Marvel Strike Force. Now, likely this is going to be coming out in the Marvel Strike Force blog post pretty shortly here, but we got this announcement from the Envoys, so I wanted to circulate this to you folks as well, in case you guys wanted to know. So, the new Orchis tech team confirmed are respectively Nimrod, Sentinel, Omega Sentinel, and as well as massive reworks to both Lady Deathstrike and Scientist Supreme. Now, what's cool about this is, guys, we were able to actually guess these two characters in my previous speculation video, so that was really awesome to see whenever we make kind of guesses what's coming up and what characters potentially can get some love. I do want to give you guys a couple of pointers here real quick though before we obviously start investing in this team. Remember, tech is the hardest section right now on the raids on Orchis, so you definitely want to be mindful of them, and hopefully you can get some value as well if you already built up these characters from before. But it's great that a character like Supreme and Lady Deathstrike, they were relevant back in their days, and now having this huge massive revision to their kits and as well as additional stat increases, it puts them with some of the best characters in the game. So I already have them flagged right here for you guys' reference, but it's great that we've already put in some value in before. So as you can see, I don't really need to bring them up much higher because I think level 90, level 95 is probably going to get the job done. But it's great that they were useful characters back then, and now we can fully invest once again. Lady Deathstrike has definitely a huge rework with her kit respectively, and as well her stats. It's going to place her in the top 25 of HP. She's actually going to be the 7th highest damage dealing character in the game after the reworks come live, and as well also being top 20 in armor. So for sure, big investment in her if you guys want to partake, and as well they're going to be having some additional value too, respectively, for the Weapon X team if you're still using them in war. I do want to point out though, unfortunately, she does share adamantium with a couple of key characters right now, including Wolverine for Alpha Flight and Old Man Logan respectively for the Mercs for Money, or if you're just using him in the meta, well, guess what, that's obviously going to be conflicting there, so you got to be careful with that unique, obviously. I also want to real quickly talk about Scientist Supreme. She's had bigger reworks actually than Lady Deathstrike, but it statistically doesn't put her there just yet because she was already a much weaker character overall compared to Lady Deathstrike. But you know, it places her now in the top 50 for HP. She's still in like the top 40, top 50 for damage, and her armor isn't great. But what is notable is that her speed actually got ramped up quite a bit, and again, I don't think it's reflective of this yet. You can see this is 97. I believe she's landing at 118 or 119 now, so it's a pretty massive revision here, guys. I also want to point out too, remember, Extreme X-Men is very important still, and unfortunately she does actually share the same exact unique as the character for Forge, being that core engine for the Extreme X-Men, granting the revives and the buffs, so there could be a potential gear conflict there in the future. But yeah, just food for thought, both these characters are global characters, so if you're thinking about bringing them into Dark Dimension, they can have value together now that they're on the same team, especially being on Orchis. It's going to be interesting to see if the other characters are also Orchis, because, if they're also global, because then we may very well have a new Dark Dimension team here. But it also looks like they're going to have value outside of raids as well, so that's something we're going to be keeping an eye out for. But in the meantime, guys, yeah, massive reworks to two characters that players likely would have already built up in the past, and now they're becoming relevant once again. So just be mindful of their uniques. Again, that infinite energy, as well as adamantium. Let me know what you guys think in comments below, but be on the lookout for the new blog post. It probably will come out in the next hour or two, where you can break down all the full kits. So definitely exciting times. This is the hardest section, like I said, in Orchis raids, and they're already releasing this new team, which means shortly afterwards we should expect the new Night Stalkers team right around the corner as well. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.